Hello all, this is Srihari. Welcome back to our 100 days multi-cloud series. Today, today we are going to discuss with cloud networking. Okay, that is AWS VPC and Azure VNet, the core foundation of the cloud networking. If in this end of the video, we will learn what is the each components will does. That is CIDR, subnets, routing, internet gateway and NAT gateway, security groups, NSGs, pairing, and we'll discuss the architecture. Okay. By this end of the video, you will understand the exactly how the cloud network works in the both AWS and Azure. This both AWS is called VPC, Azure it's called the VNet. It's both are doing the same work, but names are different. That's it. We will move to next topic. What is networking? What is networking? This networking is practice of connection between two or more devices, such as printer or computer, servers, and this all to share the data and the resources. This is achieved through the physical labels physical cables that are wireless connectivity, and these devices communicate the system via rules. It's called the communication protocol communication protocol. This network can range between the personal network to that small network, that is personal network to massive and global system like the internet. For simply said, network this is the communication between the devices, that is the any devices, printer or computer, server or mobile, anything. Okay. For example, this is sorry, this is one diagram. Here we have the ISP, internet provider. Okay, this internet provider is connected with the one router this router this is connected with the one IP. For example, this IP 10.4.6.8. This IP, this is my office office router. From this router, it will connect to the different laptop or server or mobile or switch, anything. For this each, for this each is for each device is having the specific IP. For example, for this 10.4.6/1.8, 10.4.6/4, like this. We have this IPs. From this from this internet is it is IP addresses identify these systems, for simple said. And this router is this moves the entire traffic for the each devices. Here for example, this is the I said 10.4.6.8. This is the IP. Here mainly this is our city. Inside that we have the roads, right? This is our town. For example, this is the this is my city. In this city, we have the roads. This roads is connected with the like this one only. City. This is another roads. Then houses. Then address. This same like this internet will be working. And also we have the different types of the network also, that is the LAN, means local area networks also this also going on this pin. Then WAN, wide area network. Then PAN, personal area network. This networking is a very big concept. Just understand what is this. That's okay. Next, move to the cloud networking. What is the cloud networking? What is cloud networking? Cloud networking is, sorry, this is the cloud-based service and virtualized infrastructure connectivity to servers. This is cloud-based cloud-based service and virtualized infrastructure. Virtualized infrastructure. This is to connect the users, applications, and data. This is replacing the traditional hardware networks with on-demand scalability resources like the virtual routers, virtual firewalls, and the virtual load balancers, etc. For this, it is manage the network and manage network the private and private and public and hybrid cloud network. It's offering the flexibility and the cost saving. Okay, this is your private virtual data center. Here, this private data only. This is fully isolated network. This is controls with the IPs, subnets, routing, and the security. Here we have the in cloud. We in AWS we have the VPC. Azure we have the VNet. For example, we have the this is our a cloud network in cloud. Okay, this is it's connected to the router. This router is connected with servers. So these all are the servers. This is this is our for example, this is our AWS VPC, means cloud cloud infrastructure vendor. This is my cloud infra vendor. These cloud infra vendor is connecting with the network cloud, that is a VPC. Then it is connected with my local computers, that is my local computers, VM, VM2, VM3, VM4, VM means virtual machines 4. It is connecting the Again, here we have the routers. These routers will divide and sending the traffics to each devices. If I simply said, what is the cloud network? This is your private virtual data center. In here we have the virtual virtual firewalls, virtual routers, virtual load balancers. Here we can manage the IPs, subnetting and routing and security. Everything we can manage in a, a cloud networking, and is the this will removes this will mainly remove the physical physical and hardware network infrastructure. It will remove. And now we will move to our main concepts, that is AWS VPC and Azure VNet. Okay, this is a VPC in AWS and VNet in Azure. These both are simply your private networks, private networks in the cloud, in cloud. Just like or just like every company is having their own office network in every cloud environment. Okay, it needs to its own isolate network. Okay, in every cloud environment needs their own isolate cloud network. Inside the VPC or VNet, we deploy our resources. Here we deploy our resources, that is, and we configure the IP ranges, and control the connectivity, and uh, we can deploy our VMs, virtual machines, servers, everything. Okay, so just remember that VPC and VNet are your entire private cloud networks. VPC and VNet both are your entire private cloud network. That's it. Here, this VPC means main purpose. See, it will go to the definition now. This is VPC means your own private isolated network inside the AWS. You choose here the IP ranges, create the subnets, and the place the resources like EC2, RDS, Lambda for EC2 our virtual machine, and RDS for our database, Lambda for our automation. So think of it as your company network, but it is in the cloud. Then come to the VNet in Azure. This is same concept like the VPC. Here Azure contains the networking. Then you place your Azure VMs, SQL database with integration, then application gateway, etc. This main purpose is provide the isolation, then controls the connectivity, then secure communication, then defines how cloud network is behaves the mainly. Okay. Now, now these we are going to discuss the what is the IP address. We needs to understand CIDR. What is CIDR? This is classless interdomain routing. It defines this IP block that 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 your VPC or VNet will use. For example, we have the 10.0.0.0/16. This is divided 65,536 IPs. For example, 10.0.0.0/24, it will divide the 256 IPs. Like this. You can divide it into smaller subnets. It tells to it's tell in the cloud what IPs are available, how your big your network, and how many subnets you can create. This CIDR is the foundation for the designing in every cloud networking. Okay. This subnetting is just dividing in the big blocks. That's it. So simply said, this CIDR is basically the IP address range of your cloud network. Okay, that's it. So we saw right 10.0.0.16. This is the IP. For example, I'm opening my CMD command prompt. I am checking my system IP config. It is 192.168.1.19. This is my system IP. Device is having the own IPs. Same like that. What is my IP? 192.168.168.1.19. Okay, this is my IP. This is how it's mainly divided. Means this is main pillar. Means this is our region. This is my area. This is my subnet, and this is my device IP. Okay. So for this my home router, I will connect with the another device. For that device is getting the same IP 192.168.1 but it will change the last two digits, that is for 20, 20 or 21, like this. Means means this is our this is our this is my city. Here we have the one area. In this area again we have the one street. In this street, this is my house. This is my second house. This is my third house. Like this. For this state, for this city, this is called the Hyderabad. Hyderabad. After that, here is the area, that is Mannegoda. I stayed here. Then this is my colony name, Heaven's Corner. Here we have the my houses. House number 1, house number 2, house number 3. In same like way, this IP is also divided. I hope you will understand this. Then, then we are moving to discuss. In IPs, we have the two types of the IPs. That is the public IP and the private IP. This public, this public internet is mainly for the internet facing. It is connecting with the external routers to our VMs, and this private is only for the internal purpose. Only here we stored our main resources, that is the backend servers, database, etc. Database. etc. Okay. For simply said, public is the our main road. This private IP is the gated community, like that one only. Then we'll discuss the subnets. What is the subnet? Subnets is logical partition of your networks. It is logical partitions of your network. This is this subnets is smaller pieces inside of you. This is smaller pieces of inside our VPC or VNet. Here, this is see see these subnets are the logically partition of the your network. Here we have the two types of the subnets, that is public subnet and the private subnets. This public subnet is when you keep the resources it needs to access the internet. So connected to the internet means this public subnet is where you keep the resources, that is VMs or internet gateways for this resources that needs to access the internet, like the web servers, uh, sorry, web servers, like this. This private subnet is isolated for the only the backend, where we place the backend servers such as the databases we isolate here in private subnets. This is separates the give the better security of our architectures. Okay. For example, 10.0.0./24, this is the public subnet, this is our private subnet. Use it for the better security, logical separation, and isolation types, that is the web tier or application tier or the database tier. That's it. We'll discuss the route tables. What is route tables? This route tables is defines the way traffic is the goes. The common routes for internet it will send to the internet gateway. For private subnet it's sent to the NAT gateway. For peering it will sending the peer networking for this one devices to another devices, peering like that. From on premises is it send the VPN gateways, and every subnet is attached to the route table. Here for here for routing main purpose is it is the traffic. It will handle the traffic management, security, and the network controls. So simply said, this routing this routing is decides how traffic moves the in This routing devices decides how traffic moves the inside network. Every subnet, every subnet has a route table. It tells in the cloud. If traffic wants to goes to the internet, it's it sends to the internet gateway. Okay. Then or else you if the traffic is private, it will send to the NAT gateways. if that if that network is the cross network communication, for that one place to another place, that is one location to one location, it will send to the pairing. Okay. So route table is the traffic controllers of your cloud networks. In internet gateway in AWS, it's provide the public subnets with the full inbound and outbound internet access. The, in Azure also same, but in Azure doesn't have the object name the internet gateway. Instead of the Azure uses the public IP routing load balancer. It is allows the internet access. Okay. For simply said, internet gateway is gives public subnets internet access c- can do out to the internet but cannot reach from the internet. This is perfect for the backend servers. Okay, this is perfect for the backend servers. Uh, that uh, that needs to update the external calls. External calls that is the API calls without exposing them to the hackers. It will it will helps for for nesting is the NAT gateways. For NAT gateways also same. It is private outbound only. It is blocks the inbound. For NAT gate it's allows the private subnets to access the internet outbound only. Benefits here: private resources to stay secure, no inbound traffic. Azure also provides the NAT gateway for the same purpose and the AWS NAT gateway. Same, same that. Okay. For security groups, that is SGs and the NSGs. Here AWS security group. Here we have the mainly instant level firewall and stateful. This is written the traffic is auto allowed. Then it's control the inbound and the outbound rules. But here Azure it works on the subnet level and it's also the statefulness. It's also allow and denies the traffic based on the rules. And these security groups are energies are used for mainly it allows the ports that is SSH or RDP. It allows the HTTP or HTTP. It's block the suspicious traffic and protect the workloads. These both are the stateful. Okay. For here, for simply said, security groups in AWS and NSGs in Azure is our virtual firewalls. That virtual firewalls. They can control the traffic can enter and the exit your resources. For example, you may allow the only SSH from your office IP, or else to allow the only HTTP from the public. Since they are stateful, you don't need to add the written rules here. The cloud handles it automatically. Okay. Then last topic is the peering. Uh, Here also we have the VPC peering and the VNet peering. This is also private and the private network bridge from two devices or else two areas. For this no need the any internet here. Okay. So simply said, this this pairing connects this pairing connects two networks without using the internet. See here, this pairing is connected. Why pairing? It's connected to the dev environment and production environment, then connects to the two regions, the multi VPC or multi VPN architecture, then private cross cloud communication in AWS VPC pairing between the two VPCs. Then Azure VNet pairing is for the between the two Azure VNets. Here for this case of for pairing we no need the any internet. Eh, this is mainly useful when you want to do multiple environment or region to talk the each other securely. Okay, this is our architecture. For example, this is here, this is my AWS VPC, this is my public subnet, private subnet. In my public subnet I stored my the EC2 instance. For this internet will goes with the via NAT gateway, and this private subnet I stored here my database. Here come to the route table, and here is the mainline internet gateway. Okay, here is the NAT gateway. For public we use the NAT gateway, and for private we use the internet gateway. That is in same like Azure VNet also. Here we have the public IPs, then NAT gateways. That's it. Finally, now you understand the foundation of the cloud network. I hope that is the VPC, VNet, CIDR, CIDR, and subnets, internet gateway, and the NAT gateways, security groups, peering. These concepts are the backbone of the multi-cloud. Okay. In next video, we are going to build a hands-on AWS VPC and Azure VNet architecture step by step, including the public and private subnets. Okay, subnets, route tables, and NAT gateways and secret rules. So make sure you like the video, subscribe, and stay connected for more videos. Thank you guys.